Doctors are essential for the entire world, and they help us whenever we need them. Unless you're in the US, because unless we lose an arm, we ain't about to spend $600 on a doctor's visit. Boy, do I love health insurance. But what if all the doctors in the world disappeared, right? And our only hope were Pokemon? My name is Pokey, and this is which Pokemon would be the best doctor. Now, the way this is going to work is simple. Through intensive research, we are going to try and find the best Pokemon to be a doctor in real life. Essentially, which Pokemon would be the best to have as a doctor if you were in a dire situation. But first off, we obviously need to lay down some rules for this hypothetical scenario. The first rule is simple. No legendaries and mythicals, simply because some of them would just ruin the fun, since Pokemon like Arceus and Cresselia would win every single time. So we are working with the normal 1000 Pokemon. The second rule is the Pokemon must have special abilities that would benefit the medical field, whether that be healing capabilities or a very high IQ level. And the final rule is we can only settle with one doctor. But anyways, let's get to searching, shall we? So when we did our other hypothetical videos like which Pokemon would be the best babysitter, I would immediately go to psychic type Pokemon because they were smart. They would be able to take care and babysit children using their high IQ and special abilities, so I figured why not start there? So I was trying to look for some good psychic type Pokemon to be a good doctor, and as much as I wanted to use Gardevoir again, I knew I just couldn't since she's already won in the past and she can't keep getting away with winning all the time. That being said, she is just a perfect Pokemon for almost any scenario, man. I mean, come on. So ultimately, I decided not to go with Gardevoir. But then I looked at other psychic type Pokemon, and let me tell you, I found the jackpot. Okay, for starters, just read the dex entry for Indeedee. It is legit perfect. They serve people in all kinds of different ways, such as babysitting and caretaking. And by caretaking, I also mean servant work. Not to mention, it is the definition of joy, as its happiness comes from helping other people, so I would argue that it could be a great nurse. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a great doctor, but I think a nurse is very much suitable indubitably. Get it? Indubitably? Indubitably? I'm sorry. But that being said, we still need our main doctor, and to be honest with you, there are so many possible doctors to choose from, and I mean that. For starters, Alakazam would be an amazing doctor, as he could just learn thousands upon thousands of books about medical study and just ingrain all of that information into his brain. Like, he isn't going to forget all of that. His memory capacity and his IQ is just too large. By that logic, he would be the best doctor ever, as he would not only be smarter than all of our IRL doctors, but also better at their job because of how smart he is. He will learn how to do everything and anything imaginable, so Alakazam will definitely be on our list of candidates. Now, moving on to our second possible doctor, we have none other than Blissey, and I don't think anyone is going to argue against me on this one because, you know, it's Blissey. It has healing abilities that are basically unmatched. Blissey can turn the sickly into fully healthy humans again with essentially a snap of her stubs. I don't know what to call her hands, I'm not gonna lie. She may not be as smart as Alakazam, but she definitely has some experience as a doctor working with Nurse Joy, and between that and her healing capabilities, yeah, there's no way she wouldn't be on our candidate list. Now, here is where I start to get stumped, as I thought Alakazam and Blissey were just going to have to duke it out to see which of the two is the better doctor, until I found one other possible candidate. The Pokemon in question is none other than Audino. Now, I know what you might be wondering. Audino? Really? The Pokemon has superb hearing, sure, but how is that supposed to be helpful as my doctor? Well, my friend, I'm glad you asked. You see, Audino's hearing isn't just superb, it's freaking broken. Her hearing is so insane that she can hear a pebble rolling on the ground from a mile away. But how would these hearing skills come in handy? Well, I'll tell you. First off, Audino can use her hearing to sense how another person feels inside. You remember how doctors usually tell you how badly something hurts in your body and they give you a chart to gauge your pain level? Well, Audino would be able to know just by using her enhanced hearing capabilities. The way Audino does this is by hearing the sounds of the person's heartbeat, and just by the sound of it, she can tell how the person is doing. She can also gauge their physical conditions as well. She'll know how badly hurt they are or how they're feeling deep inside. Nobody will know better than Audino. Something that takes so long for a doctor to figure out, Audino can do in mere seconds. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribed, as I'm close to 30,000 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could help me reach that goal of mine. It's completely free. But regardless, thank you for giving me your time. Even for 7 minutes, it means a lot. But anyways, back to the video. So Audino will for sure be going on the candidate list, no questions asked. Now, I did have some other Pokemon I would have added to the list, but none seem good enough to be on that list considering all of the heavy hitters we have already. But let's at least start with some honorable mentions before we begin to do process of elimination to figure out which of the 3 Pokemon we've mentioned before would be the best doctor IRL. The first honorable mention will obviously go to Chansey. Chansey is essentially Blissey, and until Blissey came along, she was probably probably our best candidate, which is to say she would have replaced Blissy's spot on the list. But since Blissey is literally just Chansey but 10 times better, I just don't see why we would choose Chansey over Blissey. Blissey is simply a superior version to Chansey, which is the reason why she didn't make the cut. Another honorable mention would have to go to Galarian Ponyta. If you didn't know, Galarian Ponyta has the same ability as Blissey, which is the ability to heal any wound. But the problem with Ponyta is that not only is it not experienced as a doctor, it can only heal wounds. So although that would be useful, Blissey can just do the same thing but can also heal illnesses as well. So for that reason, she also didn't make the cut. And our last honorable mention would have to go to Metagross, as it is smarter than even the smartest of supercomputers, which although that is impressive, I don't think it is as smart or smarter than Alakazam. I'm sorry. But now it's time to decide which of the 3 Pokemon I have chosen would be the best doctor in real life. Now, what we mentioned earlier in the video is that we wanted a doctor that would have special healing abilities while also having a decent IQ to be able to put those abilities into good use. And because of that, the first Pokemon we will have to eliminate is Audino. I'm sorry, man, but Audino just won't cut it, and here's why. Although she would easily be the best doctor on our planet if you compare it to the doctors we have here, she just doesn't compete with someone like Alakazam or Blissey. So although her healing abilities would be extremely useful, they wouldn't be able to actively heal the person she's tending to. Not to mention, Audino aren't known for being some of the smartest Pokemon ever either. So although she would easily outclass her doctors in real life, she would only beat them because Audino would always know what is wrong with you, but she doesn't have the special powers to be able to heal you if you have an untreatable sickness or wound. So for that reason, Audino is eliminated, and now we have Alakazam and Blissey, and obviously there can only be one winner, and the best doctor award goes to Blissey. Now listen, alright, Alakazam is so close to beating Blissey, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the healing capabilities to actually tend to the untreatable patients. Alakazam has the knowledge and intelligence to probably cure any single illness in the freaking world, and he could possibly find a cure to cancer and a lot of other things for sure. But the problem is that new illnesses are constantly being found, and while he can find cures for them, there won't be an end to them entirely. Meanwhile, Blissey won't even have to try as hard to stop legit any type of wound or illness at all. Her healing abilities would work on anything. She essentially has medical superpowers. There is absolutely nothing a virus will be able to do when it just magically poofs out of existence. So although you could definitely make an argument for Alakazam purely because of his intelligence, Blissey just has to do a simple action to cure you instantly, regardless of your current condition. So all in all, the winner is none other than Blissey. But what do you guys think? Would Blissey easily be the best doctor, or would Alakazam be the better option instead? Or better yet, is there another Pokemon you have in mind instead? Let me know in the comments below, as I do read a lot of my comments. But that's all Yuki wrote, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.